Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're going behind the scenes at a real-life chocolate factory to uncover the magical process that transforms a humble bean into the decadent treat we all adore. Have you ever wondered how your favorite chocolate bar is made? These trees produce large pods, and inside each pod, nestled in a white pulp, are the precious cacao beans, the very heart of chocolate. Once harvested, the pods are split open, and the beans and pulp are scooped out for a crucial first step: fermentation. This process, which can last for about a week, is where the initial chocolate flavors start to develop. After fermenting, the beans are spread out under the sun to dry. This slow-drying process reduces moisture and prepares them for their long journey to the factory. And here we are at the factory entrance, where sacks of these dried cacao beans arrive from all over the world. The air here already has a faint, earthy, chocolatey scent. The first thing that happens inside is a thorough cleaning. The beans are sifted and sorted to remove any twigs, stones, or other debris. Quality control is paramount from the very beginning. Once cleaned, the beans head to the roaster. This is where the real magic begins to intensify. Just like coffee beans, cacao beans are roasted to bring out their rich, complex flavors. The temperature and roasting time are carefully controlled depending on the origin of the bean and the type of chocolate being made. A light roast might yield a more fruity or acidic flavor, while a darker roast will create that deep, classic chocolatey taste. The aroma coming from these roasters is absolutely incredibly tits, the smell of pure, unadulterated chocolate potential. The heat also makes the outer shells of the beans brittle and easy to remove. After roasting, the beans are quickly cooled and then sent to a process called winnowing. A special machine cracks the beans and uses a current of air to separate the light, papery shells from the heavier inner part, which is called the cacao nib. These shells aren't wasted. They're often used for mulch in gardens or even to make cacao tea. But it's the nibs we're interested in. These crunchy little morsels are essentially 100% pure, unrefined chocolate. Next up, the nibs head to the grinders. This is where solid turns into liquid. The nibs are ground under immense pressure and friction, which generates enough heat to melt the natural fat within them, known as cocoa butter. The result is a thick, dark, gritty liquid called chocolate liquor. And no, there's no alcohol in it. The term liquor just refers to its liquid state. This chocolate liquor is the base for all chocolate products. It's intensely flavorful, but also quite bitter and not at all sweet at this stage. Now, the path of the chocolate liquor diverges depending on what's being made. If we want cocoa powder, the liquor is put into a massive hydraulic press that squeezes out most of the golden cocoa butter. What's left is a solid press cake of cocoa solids. This cake is then pulverized into the fine cocoa powder you use for baking or making hot chocolate. The extracted cocoa butter is a valuable ingredient in its own right, used not only to make other types of chocolate, but if we're making a chocolate bar, the chocolate liquor goes in a different direction. It's mixed with other ingredients in a giant mixer. For dark chocolate, This means adding some extra cocoa butter, sugar, and maybe a touch of vanilla or lecithin, which acts as an emulsifier to keep everything smooth. For milk chocolate, milk powder or condensed milk is added to the mix. And for white chocolate, we use only the cocoa butter mixed with sugar, milk, and vanilla, no chocolate liquor at all, which is why it has that creamy white color. After mixing, we reach one of the most crucial steps for creating a silky smooth texture, conching. The chocolate mixture is placed in a conch, which is a machine that continuously scrapes, agitates, and aerates the liquid chocolate. This process can last for hours or even days. Conching further develops the flavor, drives off any unwanted acidic notes, and grinds the sugar and cocoa particles down to a microscopic size, so small that your tongue can't detect them. This is what gives high-quality chocolate its signature melt-in-your-mouth feel. Finally, the smooth, refined chocolate is ready for tempering. This is a precise process of heating and cooling the chocolate to very specific temperatures. Tempering is what gives a finished chocolate bar its beautiful glossy shine. Its satisfying snap when you break it and prevents it from melting too easily in your hands. It's all about encouraging the cocoa butter to crystallize in a stable form. Untempered chocolate can look dull and feel crumbly. Once tempered, the liquid chocolate is poured into molds. These can be the classic bar shapes, or they could be molds for bunnies, hearts, or intricate pralines. The molds are often vibrated to remove any air bubbles and ensure the chocolate fills every nook and cranny. Sometimes, ingredients like nuts, caramel, or dried fruit are added at this stage. From here, the filled molds travel through a long cooling tunnel, which allows the chocolate to solidify perfectly. At the other end of the tunnel, the finished chocolate bars or shapes are gently released from their molds. They look absolutely perfect, shiny, solid, and ready to be packaged. The final step is wrapping. High-speed machines wrap each piece of chocolate in foil and then a paper or plastic wrapper to protect it from light, air, and moisture, preserving its freshness and flavor until it reaches you. The wrapped chocolates are then boxed up and shipped out to stores around the world, and there you have it. From a tropical bean to a beautifully wrapped bar. The journey of chocolate is a fascinating blend of agriculture, science, and artistry. Every step is carefully controlled to create the perfect sensory experience. The next time you unwrap a piece of chocolate, take a moment to appreciate the incredible process and the many hands that brought it to you. It makes it taste even more special, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me on this delicious factory tour. I hope you found it as fascinating as I did. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments what your favorite type of chocolate is. Until next time, stay curious.